So hey friends, welcome to this week's video. This week we're going over another luggage from Level 8, but this time we're going back to the clamshell hard shell design that a lot of people are looking for in their carry-ons. I won't say that you should only look at this, because if you looked at our previous review at the soft top capture luggage that from Level 8, I was super surprised by it. There's just a ton of features going on there, from organization to easy access pockets. So if you're in the market, keep it flexible. Definitely check out that previous review. But for now, we're gonna go into this 20-inch carry-on. And the reason why I hesitate there a little bit is because it has a particular name spelled Hegent, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It could be Hegent, it could be Hegent. If you're in the UK, it could be Hegent. If you're looking at French, it could be Hegent. However, looking on some research on this, that name is seemingly an Irish or Gaelic family name. And when I looked up pronunciations, it was Hegent. And it's also the easiest to pronounce of those other options. So for this review, I'm probably going to be calling it the Hegent. The other thing that's nice is that the meaning of that is young. And with this being one of the newer ones in their lineup, it's the young boy on the block. So let's go back to when I actually packed this for a wedding and show you what this can hold and what you can bring along with you. Alright, so 3 hours later, we are in Hudson and it's time to unpack this thing. For perspective on what I pack, is this one is very dedicated to shoes, and there's just a lot of different outfits that we needed for this, as well as chill things that we need to bring along. So I overpacked this on purpose just to show you the capabilities. However, my core outfits are not in here. I brought a suit bag because I didn't want to do all that steaming and pressing and all that stuff. But to talk about capacity, if I threw in 5 shoes, and I threw in just my suits, that would fit in perfectly. Those suits, like 3 full suits with like accoutrements and ties and accessories, all fit in perfectly in this one. For this one, I had to put in toiletry bags and other things. The 5 shoes is the big problem. Like, the fact that I needed 5 shoes for this wedding is wild. And that's the reason why this is so overpacked. And it's not necessarily my most traditional way that I would pack a carry-on bag. Maybe I'll show you guys what I'd normally do later, but let's get into this. And let's start off with these latches. And because these latches, again, the Gibraltar that we looked at, the aluminum that they have, that's like the fully aluminum magnesium alloy. That one, also great. It also has this sort of latch system with the zipperless design. However, these ones feel a little bit more quality. They're fully metal, they're just cold to the touch, and a lot more chunky and slim profile. So I kind of like them because they just feel a lot nicer when operating. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to this, but just like, it's just a quiet, nice, it's like a car door, but like super quiet. It's just very luxury sounding when you open and close it. As you see, it popped open right away because I overpacked this. But let's go into what I actually threw in here so you guys can see how tightly this is packed.
It's a strange kind of phase when you let go. Let your life flow like a river. Break away from material ego. You never know what's around the corner for you. We all got our beefs and our struggles, but we keep on trying to hide it. Working so hard to keep it together. Maybe it's time that we let go. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. So we're moving on one step at a time to something better. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. Maybe the day will be better. Okay, deep in a world of secrets, that's where you find the magic. Easy to disbelieve it, difficult to imagine. We are unstoppable if we break
present, we can finally talk about how this held up on our wedding trip, as well as get some B-roll shots for you so you guys can see how well this level 8 has been constructed in the Hegent, or the Hegent. Starting off with the wheels, these are something that level 8 always does well. It's always smooth, it's always quiet, always easy to operate. However, these are not as improved as, let's say, like the Capture 20. Those ones were just stupid quiet. I was just like, am I even carrying anything? These ones aren't quite as quiet, but definitely improved from their first set of luggage that they've released. That's what I kind of like about level 8, is that they'll add small improvements that make the luggage slightly better. Just like niceties that improve quality of life in operation. So even something that they're excelling at, they're always trying to improve little bits here and there, and that's what I really appreciate from them. They really listen to what the audience likes about their luggage and what they can improve. Overall, in terms of construction, I really like this sort of metal, aluminum, magnesium alloy frame. Again, it's not fully constructed of that metal like the Gibraltar. However, there's a lot of benefits from not having that. I really like my Gibraltar. Don't get me wrong. I love how beautiful it looks. I like how it shines in the sun. I like how eye-catching it is. And I like how it has like these Iron Man vibes that I can really rock with. But the problem is I gotta baby the crap out of it because it will get scratches. And that's not reserved to just level 8. That's every aluminum luggage out there. It will just get scratched. They are prone to scratching. In fact, like, technically, if you look at it, it's supposed to be, right? Like, you're supposed to make it look lived in over time. You're supposed to make it look like you're well-traveled, and it's eventually supposed to be, you know, heirloomed and look like vintage. Totally get that. I can totally get on board with that. However, when I look at my Gibraltar, I'm like, damn, this thing's so pretty. It's so shiny, and I want to keep it that way. And it's like, if scratches happen, so be it. But if I can prevent them from happening, I will, just to keep it having that sort of pristine shine. But this one particularly, I don't have to baby it like I do with my Gibraltar. I was dragging this through gravel, chucking it into cars, throwing it on hardwoods, and nothing was happening to this. This looked basically brand new no matter how much abuse I put on it. I mean, I felt it, I saw it, did some scratch tests, and I was like, I can probably beat the crap out of it. And I did, and nothing really happened to it. So I think what's nice is you get the solid structure of the frame, meaning that it will roll really nicely, it'll keep its shape, but you also don't have to worry about scratches on the polycarbonate because it just resists a lot better. It's not as fragile. You won't see those hairlines as bad because it doesn't shine in the sun. So it just keeps its aesthetics super nice. So if that's important for you, this is definitely the way to go. And I know there's probably some polycarbonates out there that, you know, that are fully there and are fully polycarbonate, a little bit lighter, have zippers and things like that so you can overpack. But the way that I will say for this one is I like the fact that it's not fully polycarbonate, because even with polycarbonate cases, and I've seen this with like check-in luggages, where the damage occurs is usually in these corners. You get dings and dents and really deep scratches in the corners because that's where they like fall. Especially if it's projected ones, they fall into like bag check and all that sort of stuff. And that's where like it's like you get those deep grooves. They've added metal rivets on the side of this, just like they did with their Gibraltar. So it's super resilient against dings and dashes, and cleaning it is very easy. You might get some scratches there, it still looks nice, but the fact that it has that additional structure makes it super nice in terms of not having to worry about it. So I like the hybrid nature of this, and I think it has a lot of benefits, especially for people that care about the aesthetics of their luggage. What else? So they have nice handles, slow release, just like a lot of their carry-ons, and they have a nice little rubberization in there. So carrying this around, picking this up and taking it upstairs, throwing it into a rehearsal room, throwing it into the car. I didn't have to take it on a plane this time because we were driving, but again, just having those handles over there, you carry this for a decent amount of time comfortably without it really feeling like it's weighing down on your grip. Just very comfortable. So again, that extends to the handle. Again, telescopic handle, pretty standard issue for most luggage. Nothing special to talk about there, but the handles that they give you on the front and the sides, or the top and the sides, are much appreciated. Then we talk about the front side here. Obviously, we talked about this already in terms of the closure. It's a little bit different than the Gibraltar. Much easier, actually, because it's not a loop and hatch. It's just, this one's just like a hatch, like latch it close, instead of having to loop it in. So like squeezing more into this is much easier because all you gotta do is compress it and then slap it down. You don't actually have to like reach the clasp around, which I do like. It's much simpler. And again, it just sounds a lot chunkier. It sounds a lot more substantial, and it's just satisfying to close this thing. And again, since it's not zippers like some of their other ones, you don't have to worry about security as much because no one can take a pen to this and open it. They really need to get that latch, and it's just a more seamless look. I will say that zippers, you can generally overpack a little bit more, but again, they're not as secure. And with this one, I was able to overpack this pretty simply, and we'll talk about that more when we crack open this Hegent, whatever this name is. Somebody tell me the name, but let's get inside and I'll figure it out maybe by the end of this review.
Inside the Hegent, they give you a 38-liter capacity and have a new Y-shaped compression system that a lot of luxury companies have been employing. There's a removable separator that has additional storage, which is great for holding small accessories or flatter items like underwear, ties, scarves, and belts. This separator also acts as a compression platform that lays underneath the strap to really allow you to cinch down on those clothes and keep them locked in and give you additional space. This Y-strap is also extremely easy to disengage as you don't have to loop through a hole. You can just easily unhook it for quick and easy access. Moving to the other side, the Hegent has two organization pockets on the separator flap. This one is a zippered closure to provide better containment of items in the main compartment. This flap is an upgrade from the Gibraltar due to its fully lined wet pocket that will keep your toiletries, liquids, and creams separate from your clothes in the event of a burst. And as we've mentioned before, I was able to fit 4 size 11 men's shoes on this side, so there's definitely ample space to pack even for more rigid items. And lastly, this thing is only 10 pounds, so it's not going to weigh you down a ton even when fully packed.
So, the Hegent, I have no idea. Someone help me with this name. Whatever this might be called, buy it. It's super nice. I will say that of all the things that I've tried in terms of their carry-ons, this is probably one of the top options that you can get because it has almost everything you need. I would say the only thing this would not be great for is if you need a tech pouch where you can easily pull out your laptop, you can easily pull out some tech and have that sort of organization with you. You're gonna have to crack this guy open. If you're looking for that sort of stuff, the Pro carry-on might be a better option for you, or the Capture 20 that we did in the previous review will be awesome for that. They have a lot of quick reach pockets, a lot of easy access to your tech. That will be perfect. However, if you're just taking trips, really quick business trips, or you're taking a wedding weekend, this will do everything that you need, especially with the new cinch system in there and the better pockets for accessories and toiletries. There's just a lot going for this case, and I think it'll meet a lot of your needs. Again, if you're doing like an Indo-Chinese wedding that we were doing, there's multiple days, a lot of different costume changes, you might be in a little bit more trouble. You might have to pack this pretty hard, or just bring another like suit bag or whatever. But for people that are just doing traditional weddings that are only a day or two with some events, or like a weekend trip or a business trip, you're going to be pretty solid with this guy. And again, I think the hybrid nature of this being polycarbonate and metal will appeal to those aesthetic heads, as well as overall in general. It's just a very sharp looking case that is very easy to carry around and smooth to roll with. So not too much to complain about this. Definitely something that I think you guys should check out. I'll give you guys a little code here so that you can get 10% off, but also just keep track of Level 8. They do a lot of promotions throughout the year, and you can get these things off for like 15 to 30% off, depending if it's just like a holiday or a Black Friday sale. Like, they have a lot of stuff going on. So not only do they release new tech, but they also run promotions quite a bit. So definitely keep your eyes on that. But if you need something close by, code for you. Anyway, I appreciate you guys checking out all of this luggage content. We'll see if we have more luggages coming through, but I do have duffel bags and other clothes and other things like that. And then obviously some IEMs and techs that we have in our back pocket as well that we need to go through. So definitely keep it locked. There's plenty of other stuff coming. I appreciate you guys kind of rolling with my sporadic schedule. We kind of slowed down on weddings, so now I should be able to get back to a more ready schedule. So if you could, please like, comment, subscribe, do all things you normally do on a video that you like and love, and I'll see you guys very shortly. As always, I appreciate you. Peace.